Hello and welcome to What the Hey. Thank you very much for joining me to learn the answer to a question that I received. And when I go to my notebook of knowledge, I see that the question is written as, who the hey is BenTheBakedBean? And this question comes from BenTheBakedBean, so hello to you and thank you very much for the question. So the answer to this question is actually kind of easy to find because BenTheBakedBean is a YouTube channel. Who we're talking about today is a YouTuber. And according to them, in their YouTube channel bio, they say subscribe or I will steal your liver. So apparently they like to steal livers, which is pretty cool. So clearly that's kind of a joke, and I kind of wanted to give my own answer just in case you don't have that much time. So if you want to know about BenTheBakedBean, they're essentially an animator. They do a lot of animations in general with their character that is a baked bean that I believe is called Ben, so that's, pretty self-explanatory. Aside from animations, they also do gaming, which I'll kind of explain later through different forms of content. They also post memes, and they occasionally do storytime videos. So animations, gaming, memes, and storytime videos. And if you like that kind of content, I'll have this channel tagged in the description, so if you want to check them out yourself, you can. So one thing that I always like to include when I talk about a YouTube channel is kind of bringing up some of the background details and the history of it, because personally, as this mug says, I like history, but I also just feel like it's kind of cool because you get to see where a channel kind of started and where they're at, which with BenTheBakedBean specifically, they joined YouTube on January 27th of 2023. The channel has around 201,000 views, around 1,000 subscribers, and around 286 different videos, most of which in regards to the videos are short. The animations are pretty short, nothing super long. I mean, as I'll mention shortly, they do have live streams and those are kind of long, but in general most of the content's pretty easy to go through, so that's kind of nice if all of this is new to you. Which, kind of going into that now, if you're new to this channel and you don't know exactly what to look into, there are different types of content that you can check out. They do have community posts, playlists, YouTube shorts, and live streams. Starting with the community posts, if you like text-based stuff, or sometimes pictures. BenTheBakedBean, what they do with their community posts generally is post random memes, so a lot of just random haha funny stuff that doesn't really make sense, but that's fine. Sometimes, since this is an animation channel, they will post art that they've done, whether it's an art gift that they've done for someone else, or just general art that they've made. They do that. But then a majority of the posts tend to be polls, and what those polls are either random memes, once again, or it's updates about their channel, or they're do y'all want to see this kind of content? And funnily enough, usually one of the options in their polls is Curious George. I don't know why. I like Curious George. I love the old art and everything, but when I was looking at the posts, I was what is the hidden lore of Curious George? I don't know, but that's there. So those are the community posts in general. The next kind of thing that you can check out would be a few of the playlists that they have, most of which I would say are dedicated once again to their little character BenTheBakedBean. So whether that's one of the series they have on the channel, or it's just random funny haha shorts of comedy with their character Ben, or there is one playlist that has 2 videos in it that are representative of their skills with stop motion, which I think is really cool. The videos of the stop motion are kind of random, but they're there if you don't want digital animation, which is most of what the actual channel is. Another type of content that has been done in the past, they're not super frequent, but they have happened and they may happen again in the future, would be live streams. Literally all of them have been gaming, whether it's Five Nights at Freddy's or something else, which is usually Fortnite. So if you like live streams where it's a live setting and you can kind of interact with, BenTheBakedBean or other people in the chat, you can do that. And if you like gaming, then that's probably what you want to check out for that category. And last but not least, the other category of content on this channel, which I would say is a majority of the content, would be the YouTube shorts that BenTheBakedBean has done. A lot of them have to do with like random comedy. None of it's super consistent except for the factor that a lot of it has to do with, you know, trying to make you laugh, like it's some kind of random audio that is supposed to be funny. So if you like random haha funny, the YouTube shorts will probably do that for you. There are some instances with the YouTube shorts on this channel where they relate to another genre of content. Like one of them that I saw that was really cool was that it was like BenTheBakedBean was building a Lego set that was like a camcorder, like a recording thing, and it looked really cool. So I like seeing other interests that they have like that as well. That's kind of going into my general opinion already, but it's not always animated stuff. I'm just saying that a majority of the YouTube shorts, and really a majority of the channel, is animated stuff. But there are other examples of other things that they like to do. So the next thing that I want to bring up are 3 specific examples of different videos on this channel, just so if you don't know what else to watch, you can check out these, if you want to. Starting with the oldest video on this channel, which is titled Backrooms in Rec Room I Screamed, which was uploaded on January 30th of 2023. The newest video is titled Beanville Season 1 Episode 1 The Runaway, which was premiered on July 13th of 2024, and the most popular video on the channel is titled I Respect Every Single Spider-Man in Here, #Spiderverse, #funny, which was uploaded on June 15th of 2023 and has around 900 views. Which personally, I can see why that's the most popular video, because 1, it's Spider-Verse. I love those movies. I can't wait for the next one to come out. 2, it features Miguel O'Hara. I love Miguel O'Hara. I think a lot of people do. And 3, the actual video itself is funny because like a portion of it is animated, but then the rest of it is like quick frames of like photo stills, and it's so random and it's so funny, but I do like that one. I think it's funny.
Every single Spider-Man in here. Does that include me?
So now it's time for like my general reception analysis opinion on this channel. I guess one of the things that I like picked up on almost immediately is the fact that they do their animations in Flip-A-Clip, which I think is very smart. I know sometimes Flip-A-Clip gets a bad rep for people who are starting in animation and the animations aren't the best or whatever. But I think Flip-A-Clip, even though I've never used it, I've seen the process in which people can use it, and it looks super, like, not simple, but it looks super self-explanatory, which I think is really cool for people who are just starting with animation, like, because animation is hard, it takes time. So when you have a program that makes it easy to do frame-by-frame stuff, and make really, like, fun and cool videos with it, I think that's fun. So to see that BenTheBakedBean is also using it, I think that's pretty neat. So I kind of mentioned that I do like the Spider-Verse video, but if I had to choose which one is my favorite, I was looking through the YouTube shorts and there's one where it's like, if you dance, I'll dance, like that Lana Del Rey song or whatever. And it's funny because it's their BenTheBakedBean character, but then they have Among Us in there, and it's just random, but it's funny. So I think that's my favorite because, you know, Among Us is funny.
If you dance, I'll dance. And if you don't, I'll dance anyway.
If there was something that I would say I'd like to see this channel do more of, like see more content about, would be this stop motion stuff, because when I saw that playlist on the channel, I was like, they do stop motion? I just thought they did digital animation, and no, that's not the case. Although the 2 stop motion videos are short and they're kind of random, it's still cool to see that because that's another form of art, and that's another form of art that also takes a lot of time. So I'd like to see more of that because I don't feel like I really see that many stop motion channels, or I'm not that aware of many. So that's pretty cool, and I'd like to see more of that. But you know, if they like what they like, then it doesn't matter, but it's still cool regardless. And kind of going along with that, it seems that BenTheBakedBean has 2 main, I put quotation marks on that, 2 main series on their channel. One of them that they've actually started to post more about is their series on Beanville, which, you know, has to do with beans, which is also a main theme on this channel. So if you don't know what else to watch, that's an option. And then they're also, like, this was an older thing, but they had a series where it was like 77 Days of Summer, and I watched a few of it, and it's them trying different foods, which is kind of cool because that's also another type of content that they're doing. But in general, those are kind of some of the main things. Everything else on the channel is kind of random, so it's not necessarily consistent aside from the fact that a lot of it is comedy based. So if this channel sounds interesting to you, or you've never seen it, or you want to check it out, I will once again have them like linked and tagged in the description, so that's probably the easiest way to find it. But I believe that is the answer to the question, so thank you very much for watching. Bye.